So one of the things I've learned to try to take that image of what is required of you to become a professional pilot, I've been watching and teaching pilots, and the weird thing that I've learned is that my very best pilots don't always get A's on their written exams. They don't get A's on their multiple choice tests. You would think they would go hand in hand, but there's so much more to being a pilot than that. The first thing is they always show up. Aviation is a participation sport. They just have to be there, even if they're tired. Just being there is half the battle. They have a great attitude. They're willing to accept that they're gonna make mistakes. They expect it. They know it's gonna happen. So they have a good sense of humor about it. They're respectful about learning and teaching. They are wanting to teach. You know, a lot of people will become a CFI just to get the hours. And you can see the difference between those that actually want to learn and teach and those who are just trying to get their hours. So hopefully if you happen to have a flight instructor that you're not connecting with, do not think twice about switching. They will make or break your career and your future. So if you're not getting out of that airplane feeling like you've learned something, even if you've screwed up and you had a horrible day, that's a different feeling, you know. But if that flight instructor is just impatient with you, doesn't want to teach, sorry, I have two dogs, they're gonna bark here. So never be afraid to switch flight instructors. And I can spend a whole day just on this. So I'm just gonna give you a quick overview, but just be aware that men and women are different. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. We do things differently, but we still reach our goals, you know, the same way. So what we've been noticing in the industry itself is just something as simple as how somebody solves a problem and what that looks like to the outside world. And a lot of female students will be berated because they don't make quick decisions or they aren't acting the way that we think that they're supposed to react to an emergency. But what they're finding is when a female brain is trying to solve a problem, they actually go down many paths to see what the outcome for each action might be. So when you're talking about highly complex airplanes that have multiple choices of making outcomes, actually having that ability to quickly think through multiple pathways is a fabulous thing to have in the cockpit. So adds a nice balance to that crew resource management. So we can, you know, talk a whole lot about the pilot brain and how to train it for every emergency. But that's just a quick overview of one of the major differences between the two brain layouts. So I've got students that come in my class, they maybe start off wanting to be pilots, but then they realize there's all these other segments in the industry that they can get excited about too. So another thing I recommend too is, even though you immerse yourself in aviation, you get started off and you decided you want to do this, always have a little something on the side for your education, even like a minor, something not aviation related. So one of the challenges that I'm dealing with right now is March of 2019, I got hit by a drunk driver. I was on my way to a Sunday brunch of all things and got hit by a drunk driver, and I lost my hearing and I have some damage in my ear that I've been trying to deal with. So fortunately for me, because I've been in aviation for so long, I was able to easily transition into something else until I could figure out what I was going to do next. So I highly recommend, if you do become a pilot, have just some other experience. Hopefully along the way that you can maybe manage a flight department or be a chief pilot or do something in avionics or maintenance, so that you have like a little balance in case something happens. So look at COVID and all the furloughs right now. So part of that is having that network and keeping that network around you as you move through. So Advanced Air Crew Academy, we do a variety of things. One of the cool things I get to do is when COVID's not around is we go and do safety workshops. We do presentations, we do safety stand down events, and we do pilot training, which is fascinating for me. And the technology and industry and the rules are constantly changing, so we're having to constantly be on our toes and you know, being connected to the industry and the rules and the regulations and the FAA, and seeing how those changes affect our clients. So have that little something on the side. And so for each of you in flight training right now, I know you're going to have a horrible day. You're going to have lots of horrible days, and you're going to have weeks where the weather is horrible and you are kind of off track for your flight training, and it gets frustrating. And I hate seeing pilots drop out. So as you begin your journey on all of this, I hope that you can find your little fallback motivation. You know, it'll be something that you have to pick and decide, but what is it that's going to motivate you to get out there when it's super cold out, or there's maybe a crosswind that you think is too much for you and you just don't want to go? What is going to be your motivation? So I have my own motivation. You'll have to pick yours. I help some of my students find that motivation with this video. When you get frustrated, if you need a copy of this, just let me know. But so hopefully the sound is going to follow through. If the sound doesn't work, I apologize, let me know, I'll get you a copy. Otherwise, you can just enjoy the picture. So it's just like a 4.5-minute video. So sit back and then enjoy the video.
You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path. And that will make all the difference. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. You've got to find what you love, and that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become.
But you're going to have some ups and you're going to have some downs. Most people give up on themselves easily. You know the human spirit is powerful. There's nothing as powerful. It's hard to kill the human spirit. Anybody can feel good when they have their health, their bills are paid, they have happy relationships. Anybody can be positive then. Anybody can have a larger vision then. Anybody can have faith under those kinds of circumstances. The real challenge of growth, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, comes when you get knocked down. It takes courage to act. Part of being hungry when you've been defeated, it takes courage to start over again. Fear kills dreams. Fear kills hope. Fear put people in the hospital. Fear can aid you, can hold you back from doing something that you know within yourself that you're capable of doing, but it will paralyze you.
At the end of your feelings is nothing, but at the end of every principle is a promise. Behind your little feelings, it might not be absolutely nothing at the end of your little feelings, but behind every principle is a promise. And some of you in your life, the reason why you're not at your goal right now, because you're just all about your feelings. You all on your feelings. You don't feel like waking up. So who does? Every day you say no to your dreams, you might be pushing your dreams back a whole 6 months, a whole year. That one single day, that one day you didn't get up could have pushed your stuff back I don't know how long.
Don't allow your emotions to control you. We are emotional, but you want to begin to discipline your emotion. If you don't discipline and contain your emotions, they will use you. You want it, and you're going to go all out to have it. It's not going to be easy. When you want to change, it's not easy. If it were in fact easy, everybody would do it. But if you're serious, you'll go all out. I'm in control here. I'm not going to let this get me down. I'm not going to let this destroy me. I'm coming back, and I'll be stronger and better because of it. You have got to make a declaration that this is what you stand for. You're standing up for your dreams. You're standing up for peace of mind. You're standing up for health. Take full responsibility for your life. Accept where you are and the responsibility that you're going to take yourself where you want to go. You can decide that I'm going to live each day as if it were my last. Live your life with passion, with some drive. Decide that you're going to push yourself. The last chapter to your life has not been written yet. And it doesn't matter about what happened yesterday. It doesn't matter about what happens to you. What matters is, what are you going to do about it?
This year, I will make this goal become a reality. I won't talk about it anymore. I can. I can. I can. To persevere, I think it's important for everybody. Don't give up. Don't give in. There's always an answer to everything.